I know I've been talking about the weather in the beginnings of these videos a lot recently, but hey, we're just getting to know each other, and that's what you're supposed to do, right? But today, it's supposed to rain. It's like a 60% chance starting in 30 minutes. But I haven't been able to get out and explore since last week, so I'm ready to go. Today I figured to make it easy, we just go check out the southern part of Central Park over there. Lower Central Park, if you will. I bet we'll see some tourists. This might end up working out great. There's not anything really more New York than getting caught in the rain. And I actually remembered an umbrella today. Closest subway stop on the queue for me is a couple blocks away from the park, so I'm out, walking north back toward the park. This part of Central Park is the one that's closest to Midtown and where the tourists like to be, so there are a lot more tourists down here. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Peeking out up there, we got the towers of Billionaires Row. They're tall. They're very tall. Billionaires Row is the area they call along 57th Street, where they've started building these super tall, super luxury apartments that are some of the most expensive real estate in New York. Over on the southwest corner of the park, we've got Columbus Circle right behind me here. That's Columbus right there somewhere. There's some real estate developer who owns that building. I don't remember what his name is though. And then remember the Maine? Yeah, well, oh, you don't? This is the memorial to the USS Maine, which exploded in Havana Harbor, which started the Spanish-American War, even though it was an accident. If you're having trouble remembering your history right now, we blamed Spain and declared war on them. And that led to the Spanish-American War in Cuba. You know, history. But now we'll turn and head into the park. Hey, look over there. It's bathrooms already. And look. New grass, beautiful new grass. So an interesting part of Manhattan is it's basically all made out of this rock back here, which is called Manhattan schist. When they developed the island, they pretty much cut most of it off and removed all of it, particularly in Central Park. It used to be kind of hilly and mountainy with all this schist. But when they made the park, they cut it all out and put in grass and trees and all that stuff. But there are a few places like down here in the lower part of Central Park where they've left bits and pieces of this rocky outcropping sticking up, so you can go and climb on it. I don't know that's why they left it, but you can go and climb on it. Here's this beautiful bridge, but it looks like if you walk under it this way, you end up getting stuck in a gated area, and you have to walk back out. So I don't know. Best to just look at it and not walk under it. It's nice though. This is a pretty great playground to bring the kids to, and it's got one of those outcropping of rocks right next to it, which is pretty exciting for the kids to go play on, or pretty exciting for me to try to keep the younger kids from playing on. There are more bathrooms over there by the playground. There's actually a lot of the rock outcropping down at this end of the park. Kind of makes you feel like you're not in the city, you know? I'm gonna jaywalk across the bike road. Run for it. Lots of squirrels in the park. Piece of advice though, if there's no hair on their tail, they're not squirrels. It's a statue of someone. I wasn't gonna leave it at that. It's Jose Marti. Yeah, Jose Marti. It says he was the apostle of Cuban independence. We'll go with that. I just walked through some kind of chute back there. They're everywhere. I think this might be called the pond. That's the best I can find on the map. It's an appropriate name though. Confirmed, it is the pond. It's just a pleasant interchange between two people yelling racial slurs at each other. New York, baby. I was not one of them, by the way. I was hoping I'd find a little fall down here. There it is. This is one of the famous arches in Central Park. You can't really see them when you're on them though, so let me walk around and see if I can get a better view. There it is. Now you can see it. It's nice. And what's that over there? I see ice skating. Well, if seeing this doesn't get you into the season, I don't know what will. Nice. It's funny, it's not actually any colder, but psychologically standing next to an ice rink makes you feel colder. Makes me feel colder. I don't know about you. It's all in your head. I found some tourists on a rock, but they're looking at a nice view. Kind of out of breath climbing up here. So from this vantage point, we got the back of the zoo right here. I don't think I'm gonna walk around to the front because it's just like outside gates of a zoo. You know, you've seen that before. I think the Central Park Carousel is tucked away right over there. And I see a sign that says that that's the dairy. See, the beginning of the mall is right over there, but I'm gonna come back to that because I wanna go over here first. There's supposed to be some nice trails and bridges and stuff. I wandered down a path that said a native meadow trail, and now I find myself on a big rock next to one of the streets that goes through. There's a car right there. And a huge view of the monstrous skyline. Hey look, illegal art. I did end up making my way to one of the entrances of the zoo. This is the back one though. A lot of the lawns are fenced off like this, and I just watched a group of preschool teachers bring their preschoolers, shove them in the corral. Run kids, run, play. It's perfect for that, I guess. This lower part of Central Park is beautiful. They might have put more effort into the lower part of the park back when they built it in the 1880s, because it's closer to where the people were in the city. But I might just be making stuff up. It's my educated guess, though. More cool playgrounds. They're everywhere. Just walked through another photo shoot. I apologize this time. And now I'm gonna cut back across the mall, if I can find my way back. I'm pretty sure I know where it is, though. I'm here with my buddy Shakespeare. We are at the entrance to the mall. Let's go in, do some shopping. I'm just kidding. Not that kind of mall. I just read something somewhere about how they never intended to put statues of people in Central Park, but then somehow later on they ended up doing that. I obviously didn't read the article very carefully, but you can look it up. I guess I wasn't really kidding. You could buy stuff here if you wanted to. If that's what you're coming here to do, though, it's a pretty crappy mall. All these statues. Look, it's our buddy Ludwig. And there's some fall. That's what I'm talking about. And just next to the concert shell, if you turn this way, you get into Bethesda Terrace. If a tourist is going to come to see Central Park, this is probably where they're going to come. Soul Terrace is beautiful, and the tile work in there is incredible. Be a tourist. Come check it out. Just to be clear, I like being a tourist here too sometimes. That's why I'm doing this, you know? Getting to go and explore. Look at this. Beautiful. Some famous tile guy did this. This is a famous fountain here at Bethesda Terrace. It was kind of controversial when they put it in. It's beautiful though. It's a lot cooler when there's actually water in it. So here we're over at the lake. I'll turn around and show you in just a second. Hey, there's some nice fall over there. So we just crossed over Bow Bridge, and now we get into the area known as the Ramble, very backwoodsy. I was walking over towards something called Azalea Pond on the map because it sounded interesting. It's not very interesting at this time of year. I bet there are azaleas that come out around it at some other time of the year, and I bet that's beautiful. I bet. So one thing to keep in mind about Central Park is that it's basically all man-made. You're here walking through the wilderness, it looks like, walking through all these trails in the forests, but none of this was here. This is like Disneyland. Everything was designed to be exactly the way it is, which is kind of crazy when you're walking through it, because it sure feels like nature. I mean, I guess it is nature, but you know, it's not natural. I see an arch over there, and I was just on top of it, but I'm trying to figure out how to get around to go under it now. We'll go this way. There it is. Well, that was a nice arch. We're out of the Ramble now. We will turn and keep heading over. Remember what I said about bikes not stopping. Just outside the park, the Museum of Natural History is right over there somewhere. And these are either very small construction workers or a school group playing. Swedish Marionette Theater. I think the title tells you everything you need to know. This is the Belvedere Castle. I just climbed a bunch of steps. I'll breathe for a minute. You can go up there. I don't think I will today. I've done it. It's nice. I don't want to give you the impression that I'm out of shape. I actually walk a lot, and I like to run. But man, there are a lot of stairs here sometimes. I'm better now. I almost fell down the steps. The body of water right next to Belvedere Castle is called Turtle Pond. On the other side of the path is one of the auto transverses. I think we're at 79th Street. And coming up this way, we have the obelisk and Metropolitan Museum of Art's over here. Nice sax guy in that last arch, playing Sinatra's My Way. Perfect. Here's our friend and recent pop star, Alexander Hamilton. Killer skyline. I really did not plan my route very well today. I think when I finish here, I'm going to find myself very far away from home. That didn't have to happen that way. I found some more fall. This is the Central Park Tractor Store. I'm just kidding. It's all the park's equipment. A lot of equipment though. This next stop will be incredibly touristy. I'm going to go ahead and take you there, and then I'll explain. All right, can't talk over there. That's Strawberry Fields, which is in memory of John Lennon. The Dakota, I believe, is right over there, where he lived and then was killed. So this is of particular importance to me. The main band that I was in was a Beatles cover band, and we played for 21 years every Thursday night at the same club in Houston. So this music is particularly important to me. And the Beatles are great music. It changed everything. Anyway, there are always tourists there. I had to walk away from it to be able to talk to you. There's also almost always someone playing Beatles music. Go figure. I don't know what was up with the pine cones and pine needles. Maybe more art? Daniel Webster for all you history nerds out there. In my lack of planning, I have zigzagged across the park 3 or 4 times now. Whew. Oh well. Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. In the movies and TV shows, apparently you can rent model sailboats and sail them here. I haven't seen it since I've lived here, but it'd be cool to see. That's what's supposed to be going on here. It's Hans Christian Andersen. He's reading The Ugly Duckling. I think he might have written it. Here is the Alice in Wonderland statue. You can stay in line for a long time to try to get your picture without anyone else in it. Or you can just take it with everyone else in the background like I do. According to the phone, I've walked 9 miles now so far today. I'm starting to get tired. I think it's time to head home. So I walked behind the Met on my last lap around the park. So I figured this time I'd walk in front of the Met with all the tourists. See that? That's where the Queen Bee sits. You know, Gossip Girl. I guess I could be embarrassed for admitting that I watched that, but I looked at it as research before moving to the Upper East Side. You know. Having passed the Met on 5th Avenue, I'm officially back up to the East Side. So I think I'm gonna go home and sit down after almost 10 miles of walking, and then go get the kids. I'll see you next time.